Hello, my name's Sonia Servin. I did my summer internship at the Family Crisis Center, and I'm just going to be telling you guys a little bit about how that went for me. Well, to find my internship, I had a little bit of a hard time. I didn't really know what I would do, but I went to the spring internship fair on the BYUI campus, and I saw the Family Crisis Center. I left my resume with them, and they told me to apply online for an internship with them. So I did that once I got home, and 1 week later I got a call for an interview the next Monday, so that was really awesome. My responsibilities at the Family Crisis Center were to answer phones, and when answering the phones, I would sit at the front reception desk. I would work with clients, either figuring out who they needed to talk to or grabbing things from the back room that they needed. I handled confidential paperwork, and that just includes papers filling out clients' needs forms, contact orders, other things like that. I worked personally with law enforcement. They came into our office quite a few times to do forensic interviews and other things like that. We coordinated some special events. This year we were at the Blackfoot Fair, and a lot of the times I would be sitting in with clients as they talked with the staff members. And I also spent time working in the food bank and in the thrift store. Some contributions that I made to the Family Crisis Center were definitely, the biggest one was I was pretty much just doing a volunteer job, and I was unpaid. So I feel like me working in the thrift shop and being a receptionist kind of type upstairs, that was a big contribution. That way they didn't have to pay someone to do that instead. And I also spent a day updating the center's website, just fixing any typos or adding in extra information that was missing. Myself and another intern added a second computer to the front room. That way more than one intern could be productive at a time. And we also helped out with child forensic interviews. That we just set up the back room, and whenever a forensic interview was going to happen, we would conduct that by guiding the children to the back room and then guiding them where they needed to go afterwards, because they couldn't go back with the other children because we didn't want them to talk about what had happened during the interview. And the benefits that I received from working at the Family Crisis Center was definitely just experience working with those who are really in need. Seeing, real life experience, seeing those who really need help. And I had never really dealt with that before or personally seen that in my life. I also furthered my knowledge of services available for those who need help and what's available for them. And I had a lot of experience figuring out how to accomplish tasks that I did not necessarily know how to do, like working with a copy machine or taking calls and forwarding them, filling out certain forms that I had never filled out before, and just other things like that. The biggest coursework connection that I received from working at the Family Crisis Center was just applying developmentally appropriate practices. In child development, we learn a lot about this, and I related it mostly to culturally what is appropriate. And a lot of people, they have ideas of what's good for them, and we have to respect that. and that's what I learned at the center, but we have to also help them understand all of their options and help them understand how they might receive the best help while respecting their opinions and their wishes that they want. I would recommend this site, but I would say that there are some requirements for it. You definitely have to be self-motivated, driven, and I say these two because sometimes there's not a lot to do there, and you have to ask if there's something you can help with, and you have to remember to ask if you can sit in with clients or go to court with them. Another thing is being passionate about giving service. A lot of times you'll be asked to sometimes do some strenuous things, like lift heavy boxes and things, but you always have to be cheerful and help the people that you're helping understand that they're not a burden and that you love to help them. And last but not least, I said being non-judgmental. Sometimes it can be hard at the Family Crisis Center because you may think that the people asking for help might not need it. You know, they have a nice car or just other small things. They're wearing nice clothes, but you never know their situation, and it's very important to help regardless and to be happy to help. If you're interested in applying to the Family Crisis Center, I would recommend filling out the internship application on the website provided below. And after you turn in your application, you should call in to the Family Crisis Center at the number I have listed and ask for Margie Harris. She's the program director. And you'll talk to her and she'll tell you if there's anything available, and if there's not, make sure to call again a month before, you want to have your internship and remind them that you're interested. I applied for my internship about a week before I actually got it. So don't be afraid to apply if it's getting a little late. Just do what you want to. This internship was really great and I loved it.